If one of these wheels fails, no one survives. There is no runway fix, no second chance, no emergency correction a pilot can make. The aircraft simply breaks apart. Hundreds of lives depend on a component almost nobody thinks about. And it's not the engines, not the wings, it's the wheels. When an aircraft touches down, its wheels go from 0 to 170 miles per hour in less than 1 second. That acceleration is violent. The rubber is scraped against asphalt with enough friction to melt steel. Surface temperatures exceed 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Each tyre absorbs up to 84,000 pounds of force. All at once, all concentrated in a contact patch smaller than a sheet of paper. If just one fails, the aircraft can lose directional control. The landing gear can collapse. Fuel tanks can rupture. Fire becomes inevitable, and at full speed, there is no recovery maneuver, no braking correction, no steering input, no second landing attempt, only physics. That's why these wheels are not built like normal tyres. They are engineered as critical survival systems. The world's largest passenger aircraft uses 32 wheels. Each one can cost over $4,000. Airlines replace them every 15 to 20 days. Not because they're worn out, not because they're cracked, but because aviation does not accept probabilities. It only accepts certainty. Commercial flight exists because millions of landings occur without incident, every day, every hour, in rain, in heat, in snow, in crosswinds. And that stability depends on factories operating under one condition: zero error. Ordinary rubber would melt. That's why aircraft tyres are reinforced with Kevlar, the same material used in bulletproof vests. Kevlar withstands temperatures above 930 degrees Fahrenheit and extreme tensile forces. But heat resistance is only part of the problem. During landing, the tyre is compressed instantly. Its shape changes violently. Internal layers stretch, twist, and rebound. If the internal structure is weak, the tyre tears itself apart from the inside. So inside every tyre, synthetic fibers, steel belts, multiple internal layers, high-temperature rubber compounds. Only 5% is steel, but without that steel, the structure collapses. Every layer is designed to survive forces that would instantly destroy a car tyre. This is not rubber engineering, it is structural engineering. Inside the factory, construction begins with the internal carcass. Layer after layer of reinforced material is assembled with extreme precision. Some sections are aligned by machines, others by human technicians trained to detect microscopic asymmetries. If alignment is off by millimeters, the tyre becomes unstable at high speed, not immediately, not visibly, but catastrophically. Steel belts are added to prevent deformation under rotation. Then comes the tread, the only part that touches the runway. It must survive extreme friction, standing water, hydraulic pressure, violent braking, and debris on the runway surface. The grooves are shallow, not for comfort, only to prevent hydroplaning during touchdown. When water separates rubber from asphalt, the aircraft becomes a missile without guidance. Then everything is sealed through vulcanization, high pressure, high temperature. Sulfur chemically bonds the rubber permanently. From that moment on, the structure cannot be corrected. No adjustments, no repairs. Any mistake is locked inside and flies with the aircraft. A car tyre operates at about 30 pounds per square inch. Aircraft tyres start at 200 pounds per square inch, 7 times higher, enough to tear steel apart if uncontrolled. And here is the critical detail: they are not filled with air, they are filled with nitrogen, because nitrogen does not violently expand when heated. Air contains oxygen and moisture. Both expand, both react, both destabilize pressure. If air were used, landing heat would raise pressure, the tyre would rupture internally, the sidewalls would split, the aircraft would lose control. Nitrogen prevents that. It is chemically stable, predictable, controlled. It is not optional, it is survival engineering. Before installation, every tire is pushed to its limit. High-speed rotation tests, extreme load simulations, thermal shock cycles, violent impact testing. Factories deliberately destroy them because discovering a defect on the runway is unacceptable. One defective tire can destroy a $100 million aircraft, an airline's reputation, airport operations, and hundreds of lives. Insurance systems are built around this assumption. The tire must never be the failure point. Now multiply this system: 100,000 flights per day, millions of tires per year, thousands of airports, global cargo networks, food supply chains, medical logistics, emergency transport, military operations. If these wheels fail, air transport stops, cargo freezes, supply chains collapse, fuel prices rise, food prices rise, markets react. A component smaller than a car door supports a system worth trillions of dollars. This is not transportation, it is infrastructure. Aircraft wheels are not designed to roll. They are designed to prevent collapse, silently, again and again, without recognition, because the day they fail, the system fails with them. If you want to understand how other critical systems survive under this same level of pressure, you'll find more videos on this channel. Like this video if it helped you see what normally remains invisible. And subscribe to keep discovering how the systems that run the world truly work.